Yeah.
Everyone,
Everyone,
get ready.
places.
Place,
Everyone
get
ready?
ready.
Everyone ready? Vivi, you ready?
Bear, big bear, ready to go.
Hello.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us again. This week, we begin our Ohio Three-Fer miniseries with the Dead Files episode Tangled. It's season 10, episode 2. It originally aired on June 22nd, 2013. Megan, do you want to tell the people why we chose this episode?
I sure do. This is a recommendation from our patron, Carrie. She is amazing. She's one of our OGs. She's been with
Mm-hmm.
us since July of 2022. So
Mm-hmm.
thank you so much for your suggestion, Carrie.
Yep.
Appreciate that. And if anybody else has any episodes they want us to talk about, feel free to send those to us. We also have a spreadsheet that Amy's created. You know how she loves her spreadsheets.
Love this.
So you can go out there and she'll link that in the show notes.
Yep.
But please, if you have anything, let us know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Content warning, we did talk about death by suicide.
Mm-hmm. Like that's it.
That was about it.
Yeah.
Not much, grisly happened in this
Yeah,
episode.
it wasn't a lot of weird stuff like that.
No.
I want to mention Cindy, our patron, said in our patron chat the other day I had the worst headache at work, and I said, "This is a woodpecker of a headache." And my coworker asked what I said, and I explained it. She loves it.
Yeah.
So it's getting passed on.
Cindy's doing our
thank you.
work.
Yep.
Thank you, Cindy.
Thank you, Cindy, and everybody else, go get your t-shirts, your stickers, and
I wore it the other day and
Did you?
somebody asked about it and I was like, well, I've got a podcast and I asked if woodpeckers ever get headaches and now I say I've got a woodpecker of a headache. So
Yep. I
once
love
this
it.
goes viral on TikTok, it started here, folks.
Yeah. You
Cindy,
hear?
she's helping it.
She is. The next episode we're going to do, I picked this one, and
Great title.
It-
Looking forward to it.
it's called Demon War.
Mhm.
Season 4, episode 4, and it takes place in Toledo, Ohio.
Sure.
And the synopsis is Amy and Steve try to help a family in Ohio who are experiencing disturbing activity in their home. Wow. That's quite
What?
a, a departure from their usual.
I know. Usually
was-
it's like this person they always find bouquets of flowers in their house and they're like, what's going on?
Yeah. Amy's walk reveals that there are several entities roaming about the home, all locked in a struggle for control, and one in particular that wants the living to leave the home. So this one, like we talked about, also takes place in Ohio. The one we just did does. And then so the next one will, and we have not picked it yet, but we'll get there before we record the next one. So
Yeah.
hope you enjoy the show.
Enjoy. Hello, everybody.
Welcome back, everyone. Tonight, as mentioned, we are discussing Tangled. Megan is here with your overview. Take it away.
We're in Berlin Heights, Ohio, where Brittany calls Steve and Amy because she is convinced something in her childhood home is actively going after her mom. Brittany and her sister grew up terrified in there. We're talking footsteps running in the attic, snake-like shadow figures slithering across ceilings, radios changing stations in the night, drapes moving on their own, the usual childhood memory scrapbook. But now it's escalated. Tammy, the mom, is waking up with bruises. She woke up with a bite mark. She's seen full-body apparitions standing over her bed. And her daughters say her personality has changed. She's drained, she's irritable, she's not herself. Enter Amy Allen. On her walk, Amy doesn't just pick up a spirit or two. She describes black, vine-like tendrils embedded in the land itself, spreading into the house and infecting the living with depression, anger, and destructive thoughts. So not just a haunted house, but a haunted ecosystem. Inside, she encounters a depressed young man who died by suicide in the 1850s. She also encounters a chaotic, malicious little girl spirit who runs nonstop and physically attacks people. A deeply unstable 19th century woman upstairs who drains energy and assaults Tammy in her sleep. And finally, an oppressive male presence in the basement who likes to shove people and squeeze necks. Steve's investigation backs up some of this with tragic local history. Multiple family deaths in the home in the 1870s, including 2 daughters who died at age 33 from infections, and their mother who later overdosed on morphine. Add in a failed free love commune, a bitter suicide, and a local medium holding seances in town, and you've got a historical stew that is not calm, to say the least. At the reveal, the big question isn't, is this house haunted? It's, is Tammy safe? Amy says yes, but only if they bring in a physical medium to move multiple spirits on and literally spray tar water across the foundation to kill the vine energy coming from the ground. So today we're unpacking shadow snakes, depression vines, Victorian rage spirits, and whether just cleanse it is ever really that simple. Stay tuned to see if the activity continues.
Very nice.
Oh my God, thank you so much. Totes wrote it myself.
I know how many times you practiced it over and over.
Over in front of a mirror. I'm just kidding, you guys. Amy's bestie Morgan wrote this.
Yeah, and we pasted it in about 5 minutes ago.
Amy was like, Megan, I don't see an overview. And I was like, no, I don't either.
It wasn't. Like, how could that have happened?
I was like, I put one in there. Just kidding.
As you guys may have figured out, we try to take turns picking an episode, and whoever picks the episode puts the overview in and reads it. And this time, neither one of us picked it. We just picked one that was from our patron, Carrie, who suggested this one. Yeah. And so neither of us were like, well, I'm not, I guess I don't have to do the overview. I didn't pick it. Yeah.
In my mind, I was like,
we're going to have Carrie do it.
Carrie.
So yeah, we were both
one
like,
job.
Yeah, it's not mine. But then I know. I picked the last one. So I saw this as Megan's pick, even though it wasn't her pick. Anyway.
And then I was like, well, I totally, in my mind, I'm like, yeah, Carrie picked this. So I didn't pick it. Yeah. But I wasn't like, it was just, and Amy like 20 minutes ago was like, hey, I don't see an overview.
I was getting ready to get started, and I was like, I don't think she pasted one in. So
I was like, shit.
It's fine. I quickly asked Morgan, and
she delivered. She did. That was a good one.
Yeah, she did another one first that was a little bit longer and more like rigid, and so I was like, make it more like our style and shorter. So
look, Morgan, she's great.
She's great. She's great. I'm glad I don't have to pay her.
I know.
I couldn't. I was talking with a friend of mine about using AI. Yeah. And I know that like a lot of people don't like when you're doing that because they feel like you're taking the job away from somebody who would do that. Well, in this case, that person is me. And I don't get paid either way. Yeah. And we don't get paid either way. So it's not that it's a job that would go to somebody and I'm using AI instead. It's that it wouldn't happen if I had to pay another human to do it. It wouldn't happen because as I don't know if I don't think I've disclosed this, but we make approximately $10 a month in ads.
Well, it's gone up because it used to be $6.
Yeah. Yeah. So well, right now it's only like $3 something for the month of February. So yeah, we did not make.
But we're only halfway through.
Yeah, that's true. It could be $6 by the end of the month.
Let's be optimistic, not with that attitude.
That's right.
So we're also trying something a little bit different in the format of our recap. And so you as the listeners tell us what you think about it rather than going through and kind of talking about everything that happens. And first Steve does this and then Amy does this. We're kind of just going over, the highlights. Like we're talking about the spirits. We're talking about kind of the main talking points, the spirits, the history, and then sort of taking those pieces and then bringing it back to the family, to Tammy and Brittany and Mandy, the sister. So we're trying it new. If you absolutely hate it, let us know. We can go back to the other way. We just are like, we like to try new things. We're adventurous.
Yeah, that's right.
Stick with us. And like I said, if you don't like it or if you really like it, let us know. We appreciate any and all feedback as long as it's not mean.
That's right. Just be nice.
Yeah.
Be kind.
Be like, hey, I really like your hair, but that recap fucking sucked. And then I'll be like, oh my God, you like my hair? That's covered by earphones.
Yeah. I know that's why I'm like, I don't really care what my hair looks like because you can't
No.
really see it anyway.
Hey, I washed my hair yesterday, so
Yeah, so do I.
oh my God, we're so clean.
I know.
Anytime somebody compliments me on my hair, it's 99% because I've just washed it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I usually answer with, it's clean today.
Oh my God, me too. They're like, your hair looks so good. I'm like, thanks, I washed it.
I washed it. I when I was doing the clean out of my mom's place and I was
Hmm.
meeting with the woman from the thrift store who came
Hmm.
to clean everything out. They did an amazing job, by the way.
I
She's
saw the
super cool.
pictures online. It's very sunny.
It's such a cute place.
It is.
It's got great light. It's really, really
Uh-huh.
cute. Hardwood floors. It's really cute. But when I met her the first time, I think I was wearing a hat. I'm sure I was a grease ball. And
Hmm.
then when I met her, when she came to empty out the place, she goes, was your hair curly before? And I said, well, it's been curly all my life, but it probably wasn't clean. And
Yeah,
that's probably what it is. I just washed it
big
today. And she's
difference.
like,
Yeah,
oh, it's so bouncy.
yeah.
Like,
I
yeah,
always
it was
know
probably dirty.
when I need to wash my hair because it's almost completely straight.
Yeah.
And
Mine
I'm
doesn't
just
straighten, but the top gets really heavy.
mostly because it's greasy. And
Yeah.
I run my hands through my hair a lot, and so I'll straighten it that way. So that's what I'm
Yeah.
like, oof, ooh, we need to get some shampoo in her.
That's right.
Let's bathe her.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to
Sorry.
mention quick I want to try to do this in the beginning each time. I
Okay.
mentioned last time that the transcript when I
Oh
download
yeah.
the audio and then I put it in Word to transcribe, it has never once gotten Steve's name right. So this time, Steve DeShavi is Steve DeSharley.
Sure. Sure.
Steve DeSharley.
Steve DeSharley.
Yeah.
Pulling up.
Yep. All right.
Okay.
Where to begin?
So well, the way that we're doing this a little differently, like we said, is first we're going to kind of do the spirit breakdown. So the first spirit, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, that we see is we hear about a little girl in white, and Brittany's telling us that when she was little, she would see a little girl in white in her bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, a little girl in white. I mean, they didn't tie her to anybody in the reveal. So she's just kind of out there. My initial thought when I heard this was at first I thought it would be one of the spirits in the house, but as we got through and it wasn't tied to her, then I was like, well, is this something manifesting itself as a little
Mm.
girl? But it's not, because how often do we hear about spirits, especially malevolent ones, showing themselves as a child
Mm.
because we're more likely to trust a child, to interact with a child,
Mm-hmm.
especially given that every spirit in this house, there was not a nice one. Like they were
Right.
all mean or angry or in some way.
Yeah. And like Amy said, that the little girl is adorable,
Hmm.
but she's not nice.
She's not nice. Yeah.
So I think that was probably, I think you're right in that whoever this is manifested as a child and a cute little
Yep.
child so that she could interact with people better.
I think when Amy first introduces her to us, she goes, she's a little girl from hell.
Yeah,
So that, I mean, I bet she even had ringlets.
I bet she did.
Mm,
I bet she was adorbs. I wish
I
Amy had
sketched
sketched
her.
her.
Hmm. But I see why she didn't, because again, I don't even think they mentioned her in the reveal.
No, I don't think they did either.
No.
Uh,
So,
maybe they did, but I don't recall. This is another one where I watched it full on twice and I listened to it once as I was doing the notes and everything.
hmm
And the next day, I was like, I don't remember anything about that one, which
hmm
is exactly the same thing that happened to the last one that we did.
yes.
So I don't know if I'm losing my brain or if if it just didn't hit me in a certain way.
Hmm.
I don't know. It's
This
been
this
bizarre.
one was different than most of them because most
Yeah.
of them there's a dramatic crime, there's dramatic,
Hmm.
like the last one we covered, the guy lost his fucking toes. Like there's,
Oh yeah.
there's some sort of drama. This one, there was activity for sure, but there wasn't anything that made me go, "Oh my God."
Hmm.
Like somebody losing their toes
Yeah.
and showing a picture of it
Oh, it's
with
so
no
awful.
warning.
No warning.
So that's
Yeah.
probably what it is. This is just it was a different episode than we're used to.
Yeah, it was.
So the next kind of the spirit in our spirit breakdown 2026 is the man the only one we're doing
Yeah.
and it's yeah. So it's the man in the basement.
Hmm.
And when Amy went down there, he was angry. He all of the spirits she encountered got physical with her in some way. Not in the
Hmm.
fun Olivia Newton-John way, but
No.
in the
Mm-mm.
mean way. So this guy grabbed her neck.
Hmm.
I believe he pushed her. So we in the history portion of it, Diggin Tru,
Dig into the archives.
Steve found out that there was actually a cult close by or on this land.
Hmm.
Basically, it was in the 1850s, well before free love in the 60s, but that's
Hmm.
essentially what this cult was. They called
Yeah.
themselves the free love commune. It was women, it was children. As far as they said in the episode, it didn't really seem like there was a lot of men in it.
Yeah. I don't think there were a lot of
Yeah.
men
And
in
I was
it.
like, sign me up. Where do
Yeah.
I go
I know
to
it sounded
join?
kind of nice. Not just that there aren't men. I mean, but it did sound like I can't remember what exact. I'm gonna see if I can find it. The exact ways that they talked about it, and I was like,
Mhm.
that sounds really
It
nice.
when I heard Steve, and I believe he was talking about it with the Kim McDonald, who didn't have a title. It was just Kim McDonald. And I
Right,
was
no
like, I wonder if she
occupation.
farms. But
I see.
um
Oh, it's in this scene also that we got a ring shot. So get your bingo cards
oh,
ready.
bingo cards ready. Yep.
Yeah.
Or no, it wasn't with Kim. It was with the retired detective Tom
Oh, Tom Armelli.
because they kept making
Yep.
such disparaging remarks about it. And I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
There was a time in history when the phrase "it took a village" was literal,
Yeah.
and there was multiple women raising children left, right, and center that weren't theirs, and that was just the way it was.
Yeah.
And there's the phrase "it takes a village" doesn't exist for no reason.
Right.
So maybe let's not be shitting all over them when they
Yeah.
were just doing what historically people have done in the past.
Yeah.
As somebody who has one child and help from my in-laws, I don't know how people can do it with no help though. I mean,
I don't either.
we get almost every weekend off.
That's
If
nice.
I if Jordan is sick or if I have to go into work and he has a day off of school, I can call them and 99% of the time they will drop their plans and help.
That's so
Most of
nice.
my friends don't have that.
Right. Right. A lot of people don't. I can't imagine the
No.
stress without
It
having that backup. That's, yeah.
yeah. So that scene really rubbed me the wrong way because
Yeah. It did me too, different ways.
mhm,
They did the way Tom Armelli described it is he said they gave up all their worldly possessions, they disavowed their marriages. The place became a magnet for single women, widows, divorcees, and the like. It was more or less a hippie commune of this time period. And Steve goes, sounds like a cult.
yeah, and it was ahead of its time. This was 1850s. There
Yeah.
were no women living on their own. There were no women who lived on their own because they left their husband. If you lived on your own as a woman, most of the time it was because either your husband had died
Hmm.
or you had never gotten married and nobody
Hmm.
wanted you anymore.
Right.
It
Right.
wasn't where you decided I'm going to leave my piece of shit husband with my kids and go live with all the other women.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Steve was like, did the community buy into this? And they were like, no, because why would they?
No, because that makes men
Unneeded,
unuseful. Yeah, unneeded. And I was gonna say unuseful.
pointless.
That's not. Yeah, pointless. That's a good way to
What
put it.
ticked me off too is Tom goes, they wouldn't allow the free lovers' kids to attend school. Can we not call them that?
Yeah, that sounds
That
weird.
makes it sound like they're a bunch of whores just out
I
there
know.
fucking around and getting knocked up.
I know. And
And
if it's
if
all
they
women,
are,
that's probably
so
not.
what?
Yeah. And then earlier, when Tom Armelli first starts telling Steve about it, and he goes, "Oh, he came to join this free love commune," and Steve goes, "That sounds like some kind of woo-woo crap."
Hmm.
And I'm like, Steve, I hate to be the one to break it to you, but this woo-woo crap is what pays your
Yeah,
damn bills.
yeah,
So maybe lighten up on that a little bit.
yeah. So Charles Lacha is the kid that we're talking about. He was
Yeah.
19-year-old. He died by suicide on the grounds.
Hmm.
And it was very close, like 800 feet from the property. And so he came to the commune to join this commune, and they adopted him as the printer because he was a printer by trade. And so he became in charge of their newspaper. When he passed, when he died by suicide, he left a copy, like a suicide note, and he was cursing God, cursing marriage, cursing the whole free love commune. And I thought, well, it sounds like he was an incel and couldn't handle women not wanting him. My thought was that he joined this free love commune thinking, oh my God, it's all single women. I'm going to get laid so much. And they were all like, no, I don't want to be with you. And to me, that's what it reminded me of. An incel.
I didn't really get the incel thing from him necessarily.
I'm also a lot more bitter.
But he was definitely troubled. I did.
Yes,
I don't know
for
if we're
sure.
Still gonna. I'm gonna go ahead and say we don't have to do the research and rabbit holes right this time like we did last time. We'll just weave it in. I did find online the suicide note. It's very long. He's very angry. He's very bitter, and hates everything and everybody. And so I think he's definitely got some issues. And I'll put a link to that note in the show notes, and everybody can read it if you want. I didn't read it straight through all the way because it's honestly, I was like, this dude, Jesus, it's not great.
Well, that's good to know. I mean, and that's another case of how they edited it, because the way that they edited it, to me, it made it sound like he thought that, you know, he was going to go live with all these women and have all this sex, and they didn't. And then he got pissed and ended it.
Yeah.
So if that's not the case, then.
Yeah, I mean,
I know we don't know, but.
Right. I'll read you one thing that I pulled out of that suicide letter. Let's see. I unite my protest against and utter my curse upon marriage, and I curse religion, and I curse God, in quotes, the father monster. And I say to you, seriously, from the depths of my sympathizing heart, in all caps, do not bring children into existence to suffer. If you cannot parent a healthy, happy child, if you do not know you can do this, refrain. Oh, refrain.
Ooh, I bet his parents fucked him over.
Yeah.
That's what that sounds like.
Yep.
Bless him.
Yeah.
Were you able to find any information about his parents?
No, I didn't look too much further.
Yeah.
He was only 19.
Yeah, that's young.
I mean, dude, his brain isn't even done putting itself together yet. So
this is the second case in a row we've done where we covered the suicide of a young man.
Yeah, the guy last week was 17.
14.
14?
14.
Oh, is he 14?
He was 14.
Okay.
Lewis Jr. or Lewis?
Yeah, Lewis
He was 14. Yep.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
So we tie it back to him being the man in the basement, the angry man in the basement. And so he's the one that grabs Amy. He grabbed her, she said, like the neck of a doll, which made me think, how do you grab the neck of a doll? But
I suppose like if you're going to carry a doll around by the neck.
Yeah. I don't know. That's that. Or maybe grabbed it by like the back of the head, kind of like you do a puppy, but when you pick it up by the scruff.
Oh, yeah. Like the scruff.
Yeah.
Like a
puppies.
Mom. Yeah, or a cat or a dog carries their children or babies around like that.
Their children. Yeah, their children.
Yeah.
So then the next spirit that we encounter, we mean Amy, is the angry woman. And this is a woman upstairs. She is full of rage, essentially. Amy gets that she hates children, and she said no child is safe in the house, which is good to know because Brittany, Tammy's daughter, has an 8-month-old daughter, and they are not bringing her around, which is good because Amy said that this woman hates children. And then in Diggin Tru, we find out I believe they were the original owners were Letitia. Is that how you say her name?
Yeah. It was Letitia. And what was the husband's name? John?
Hang on,
I think Elson was their last name.
Yeah, Joseph and Letitia.
Joseph.
Yeah. So this is where Kim McDonald, no last name. Or sorry, no job.
Yeah.
She has a last name.
She probably has a job too, but
probably, but they didn't tell us. So 1874. So this is after the free love commune. Joseph and Letitia move with their 12 children.
I know.
That is
Holy
a
crap.
lot of fucking kids.
That's a
And
lot
for
of kids.
somebody who hates kids,
Yeah.
I mean, but like, I don't blame her for being angry. She
Yeah.
was probably forced to have all those children.
Yeah. She probably was.
That was the only thing she could do. She couldn't get a job. She
Mm-mm.
couldn't have money. She couldn't
Mm-mm.
leave her husband. The free love commune had probably been dissolved already.
Yeah.
So I don't blame her for being
Mm-hmm.
upset or angry
Yeah.
in the afterlife. So they
Yeah.
moved with their 12 kids, 1874. 3 years later, their daughter Julia developed a blood infection and she died, and she
Mm-hmm.
was 33 years old.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know what caused the infection. On her death certificate, it just says septicemia and fever. So I would assume, based on the septicemia, it's something, they said it was a blood infection. To me,
Mm-hmm.
septicemia makes me think of sepsis.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're related, but we're not a doctor, shockingly.
Yeah.
Even though there is a picture of Amy as a doctor, and her name is Dr. Lisa Thompson
That's
from
right.
last week's
From
episode.
last week. Yep. I am still not a doctor, but I can Google. From Google's AI, septicemia, often called blood poisoning, is a serious, life-threatening bloodstream infection caused by the rapid spread of bacteria, viruses, or fungi and their toxins throughout the body. So then I asked, what's the difference between septicemia and sepsis? And this is from the Meningitis Research Foundation. Septicemia is the presence of actively multiplying bacteria in the bloodstream, in parentheses, blood poisoning, whereas sepsis is the body's extreme, life-threatening immune response to an infection. While septicemia can cause sepsis, the two are distinct. Septicemia is the infection itself, and sepsis is the inflammatory, damaging reaction. You're welcome.
So they move there. 3 years later, Julia dies. 3 years after Julia dies, so 6 years later, Maggie, another daughter, came down with the exact same illness, and she died in February of 1880. Here's the kicker. Maggie was 33 when she died. So we have two sisters, same age, 33 years old, dying of the same disease. Amy had a note in here wondering how old the two daughters.
Yeah, I was wondering, Brittany and Mandy, the current daughters, current daytime, whatever. I'm wondering how old they are. They look like they were maybe in their
They
30s.
looked around it, yeah.
Yeah, so that I'm wondering if that would I would as Tammy the mother hearing all of that, I would be a little nervous unless my kids were
Past
over
33.
33,
Yeah.
but they didn't look to be over 33 to me.
I wouldn't even put Mandy in her 30s, to be
Yeah,
quite
no,
honest. She
I
looked
would've-
like the younger one.
Yeah, she did.
Not
Yeah.
that Brittany looked old. I would
No.
put Brittany early 30s.
Yeah.
And then Steve asks, how'd Letitia take this? This was before I knew she hated kids. And I was like, well, that's a stupid question. Probably not great. But then if she hated kids, I'm guessing she didn't like her own kids very much.
That's what Amy said. She's like, she doesn't
Yeah.
like kids, but she has kids. But
That doesn't
that's
mean she likes them.
this is where too, though, we're not sure if Amy is
Yeah.
talking about Letitia or Maggie, because
Mhm.
Letitia definitely had kids. I don't know if Maggie had kids. I would
And-
assume that she would have, being as
Probably.
that women didn't have much of a choice of doing anything else.
No.
And she was 33. So it could
And
be
she'd
the
probably
ghost
been
could be
married
Maggie.
for fucking 15 years at that point.
Yeah.
So she probably had
Yeah, right.
kids.
Right.
But to
So-
me, that's what makes me think it's Letitia. Amy talks about how this angry spirit hates kids and had kids. So that makes me think, but you're right, we don't know if Maggie had kids.
Yeah.
But the same year that she lost Maggie, Kim said her health started to go downhill. She developed edema, which is swelling of the skin. And the doctor gave her some morphine to try to ease the pain, and she overdosed. My thought is she did this on purpose. And whether she OD'd because she couldn't handle the loss of her children, or she OD'd because she didn't fucking want the kids.
Mm.
I mean, either way, this is why women in our era are choosing not to have kids, because they don't fucking want them.
Yeah.
They don't want kids. And to bring somebody into a world to have a child when you don't fucking want it is selfish. And I'm on a soapbox about it. I know you're child free by choice. I know AP's child free by choice. A lot of my friends don't want kids, and more power to you.
Yeah.
I don't think you should be forced. They're a financial burden. They're exhausting. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Jordan more than life itself, and I would
Sure.
have them over and over again, but it is not for everybody.
Right.
It's hard. I don't know if you know this, but it's hard. To
I was a nanny, and that's why I'm not a mother, because I did that for other people's kids. And I know it's different when it's your own kids. I was very close to some of the kids that I babysat and the kids
Sure.
that I nannied. I loved them as if they were my own.
Yeah.
But I did get to give them back at the end of the day. And I found that was enough for me. I enjoyed being around them when it was my job to be around them. And then I was like, you can have them. I couldn't do this 24/7. I know that I couldn't, and that's why I didn't.
Yep.
So
there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
So back to Letitia. Amy said she lived here with her fucking husband, who she hated with a fucking passion. So yeah, my guess is she was forced to have him. She hated her husband because he probably sexually assaulted her multiple times to get those kids.
Could be.
Could be. So I'm just assuming here. Obviously, I don't know. But given the time she lived in, the fact she doesn't like children, the fact that she had so many, I don't know. That's just what I get.
Yeah.
Did I miss any of the spirits?
I don't think so.
Then after that, after the spirits, we have our vines. And that's where the episode gets its name from, Tangled. Coming out of the ground, and this is one of the sketches Amy does, are vines that are basically engulfing the house, according to the sketch she did, which I thought was a very creepy sketch.
Yeah.
Very, very well done. But basically these vines are coming out of the ground. They're going into the house. People would see them in the house, and they cause depression. They cause sadness. They cause suicide. I mean, the black vines can affect the living, and Amy said it's bad. It's extremely bad.
Yep. And they both, Brittany anyway, and I think somebody else also said something about a snake-like figure,
Tammy
which I
did.
assume is the vines.
Yep. Tammy did.
And when Brittany's talking about that, and she says there was like a snake-like figure, and then Steve goes, where was it? And it was coming down from the ceiling, and it followed me up the stairs. And Steve goes, okay, so anything else? I'm like, he's so blasé about the snake thing coming out of the ceiling and following you up the stairs. Oh, check. Next.
Oh, okay. Well,
like, that's not weird. Steve.
He's like, if I had a nickel for every time I heard that, I'd have a nickel. Also, Amy said the little girl in the white dress, the one that we talked about, was trying to bind Amy with the vines.
Yeah.
So she tries to infect them with vines and make them not want to leave. So that's another key component of those vines and why they're such a huge issue. And then Matt asks, well, what would being infected with these vines do? And Amy said, well, it could cause them to kill themselves or get sick. And Matt goes, and then what? And I'm like, and then what? Matt, they're dead. What do you mean, then what?
And he's like, she goes, die?
Yeah. She's like, I just said kill themselves, Matthew. She's like, I know you don't have any hair in this episode, but is your hearing still on point? Just kidding, Matt. I love you so much. Please don't.
Yeah. We do love Matt.
We love Matt him so far. So we hear that Amy, they're in the garage, and she sees a man, tall, age 65, and she wonders if the vines made him turn bad. She said the vines extend very far. So it's not good. Nothing about these vines are good.
Have you ever wanted to sip on something that tastes like a potion and feels like a spell without waking up to a haunted inbox of regret the next day? Yeah, us too. That's why we're still obsessed with 3Spirit, our favorite line of plant-based, non-alcoholic elixirs. These drinks are not your average just add bubbles mocktails. No, ma'am. These are mood-shifting, spirit-lifting, botanically enhanced brews made by actual plant nerds, bar wizards, and maybe a forest witch or two. Whether you're conjuring courage for a social gathering, chilling out with your spirit guides, or just vibing solo while listening to a paranormal podcast, like, I don't know, this one, there's a blend for you. Our go-to, the Nightcap. It's like a hug from a friendly ghost. Smooth, dreamy, and perfect before bed. But don't sleep on the others. Each one has its own magic. You can get 15% off your first order with our link. Just head to threespiritdrinks.com and use code The Activity Continues at checkout. So raise your glass or your cauldron and drink to your health, your spirits, and maybe even the activity that continues.
Do you live for Sunday dinner and that slow-cooked all-day flavor of a pot roast that falls apart with a dull spoon? Thanks to Omaha Steaks, I'm never shy about the proteins when it comes to Sunday dinners at our house. Every steak is aged to perfection to maximize tenderness and hand-cut by master butchers in America's heartland. Get 50% off the world's best everyday protein. Go to omahasteaks.com for 50% off site-wide during their semi-annual sale. And for an extra $35 off, use promo code YUM at checkout. That's 50% off at omahasteaks.com and an extra $35 off with promo code YUM at checkout. Terms apply. See site for details. Go to https://omahasteaks.com to get 50% off site-wide during their semi-annual sale. And use promo code YUM at checkout for an extra $35 off. Minimum purchase may apply.
Do you hate ads? You might want to consider joining us over on Patreon. Tiers start at $3 a month, but all tiers get equal access with perks such as ad-free episodes that drop earlier than the public release, virtual happy hours where we swap ghost stories face-to-face, and other exclusive content like behind-the-scenes stuff, extras like bingo cards, and bloopers and outtakes too. Join our tight-knit, witchy cool community that actually gets your paranormal memes. Creep on over to patreon.com/theactivitycontinues. We hope to see you in the Haunted Lounge.
Then we're in the reveal, and she's talking about these vines, and they're like, what can we do? And Amy's like, well, you have to get tar water and spray it all over. And she emphasized, don't miss a spot.
Mm-hmm.
And that will kill it. And I'm like, how are they supposed to know if they miss a spot? I guess maybe they could like add some coloring to the water, maybe UV light and shining like, but like that is,
that's a good question.
How do you guarantee that?
Yeah.
Because if you do miss a spot, then it's all for naught. I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but
it was very good.
Thank you. But I'm like, it's, I don't know. You can, and that kind of leads into a next topic of they can leave. I mean, they can stay, but they've got to do so much stuff. Like they have to get the medium to come and move them on. Then they have to get a medium to come back and deal with the other spirits. And then they've got to do this tar water. And I don't know, like, what would you do? Would you stay or would you move?
Yeah, I would think it depends how much I love my house. I mean, if I really, really loved that house, I would try. I'd try to do everything, but
I mean, you got to
if
think
I can't afford to move, you know, because shit, it's expensive to move.
It is.
I'm just moving my mom, and it's expensive for me.
And she did raise her kids. Like, that was the house she raised her kids in. So obviously there's going to be good memories because Tammy probably doesn't hate kids. She had two of them.
Probably not. Yeah.
I know Brittany, her daughter, wanted her to move. And I understand that because how would you, I mean, there'd always be, at least for me, that lingering question of what if I missed a spot?
Yeah.
What if I didn't do it all?
Well, I assume you'd know right away.
That's true.
I will say, since we're not going to do research and rabbit holes separately, I did find the house. I found a Zillow listing for it. And I believe that Tammy still lives there because the only sale history it shows is from October 31st, Halloween of 1997.
Yeah.
When it was sold.
And this episode aired 2013. So
I think since it hasn't sold since 2013, she still lives there.
And I mean, it's said at the end of the episode, the activity has stopped.
Right.
So they must have gotten
They must have
spot.
done it. They must have hit every spot.
How do you get tar water? Do you Google it? Like Amazon? You Amazon that to your house?
You can Amazon a lot of weird shit to your house. You know,
I'm
you can
just
get
gonna
like
see.
you can get like a pig, like you know how in biology class when they'd have you dissect a pig?
Oh,
You can
fetal
get one of
pig.
those
Yeah,
on Amazon.
I'm looking right now. Tar water.
I'm doing it too.
Who's gonna win? I do not see tar water. I hear a lot.
You can get it on eBay, authentic tar water.
You can
You
get
could get,
black salt for protection.
yeah, you
What
can get,
1 ounce? 1 ounce is $8. Holy
yeah.
shit.
Well, you can get 3 bottles of it for 11.24 on eBay. However, that is probably diluted. You know, it's probably just water and tar
Oh, here's one.
water. Who
Blessed
knows?
tar water, removal of all unwanted strong spiritual energy. $8.99 on Amazon. Or you
Okay.
can get 2 fluid ounces for $8.99.
Okay.
That would be very expensive though to have to
To do
your whole house.
yeah,
And I would assume you can't dilute it. It's not like 1 part of tar water to a gallon of water.
yeah.
I would
I
assume
don't
it'd
know.
have to be strong,
Yeah,
but cheaper than moving, I guess.
I guess.
So if you're looking for
Yeah.
tar water,
You can buy it online.
you can buy it on Amazon. You can buy it on eBay,
I'm sure you can also go into like a metaphysical store
like
and
an
they'll,
actual like Wicca or Wiccan or
yeah,
something like that. They probably have better, and I would probably buy it from there versus Amazon. One, because I don't want to support Amazon, and that, and
right.
two, you can't guarantee that it's legit tar water.
Yeah.
What if
Uh,
Jeff just grabbed a bottle of water, dumped it in a glass bottle, and went and labeled it tar water?
Here it is, tar water, 8.99.
$8.99 for 2 ounces.
That's right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you'd know. I guess you would buy it, you'd try it, and if the ghost didn't go away, you'd say, "Well, that didn't work. Either I missed a spot or
Or
that shit's
yeah,
hooey."
and like, how do you? I don't know. And I don't know what I'd do either. I would probably stay and try it
I would try it, I
because
think. Yeah.
again, it's fucking
Doesn't
expensive
hurt.
to move.
It is.
And can you imagine if being in your house, if this was aired in 2013, they probably taped it in 2012.
Mm-hmm.
25 years they've been in that house. Can you
Mm-hmm.
imagine having to go through memories and everything and getting it ready for moving?
Mm-mm.
You just did it with your mom's and she'd only been there a few years.
Yeah. And I also moved her from her other house, which
Yes.
she was in for 40 years, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a
So,
lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will note when Steve introduces everybody to Amy,
God,
he
Steve,
explains who
take
they
it
are.
down a notch.
He goes, she called us in because now that she's moved out, this is Brittany. Now that Brittany has moved out, whatever's
Mhm.
here is going after her mom. And both of them are convinced it's dangerous. And if you can't find a way to fix it, Tammy's going to wind up seriously hurt or, God forbid, dead. I'm like, Jesus, Steve, that's a bit dramatic.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
also, Amy, no pressure.
Yeah.
No pressure, though. It's
Steve, I'll-
totally up to you.
But like if you can't, I'll charge you with murder.
She's going to die.
Yeah.
And it's going to be your fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Amy's talking about Letitia upstairs and she's like, this person is mentally unstable. She hated her husband and their children. And I'm like, anyone with 12 kids is going to be mentally unstable.
That's right.
By default, having 12 kids. Again, not having 12 kids because you wanted them, but she was forced
I'm
to
sure
have
she
these
was,
children.
Yeah.
So that would create, I'm not saying people who have 12 kids voluntarily are mentally unstable. That is not
Right.
what I'm saying at all.
Right.
But she did not want kids and not only not wanted them, but she had 12 of them.
Yeah.
That's a lot of kids for
That's a lot of kids.
somebody who wants kids, let alone somebody who doesn't.
Right.
She was a victim her whole life, I'm guessing.
I'm sure. Just like
Forced
the
to
lady
do-
last week.
Yes. Forced to do what men told her to do because men are the ones who ruled everything.
Yeah. The unstable thing reminded me when we went out to brunch today. We
Mhm.
went to a place that's called Eat Street Crossing, and it's in South Minneapolis. It's right
I
by
thought you went to
Alex.
Dexter's.
That was yesterday.
That was yesterday. Okay. I
Yeah.
saw your Facebook post and it was Dexter's and it said 42 minutes ago, but I must not have.
Oh, I put it up today, but we went yesterday.
Got it. Okay.
But we went to Eat Street Crossing, which is basically an Asian and there's a Mexican restaurant in there too,
Mhm.
and a bar,
Mhm.
like a food court sort of,
Sure.
and you can just go
Oh,
and get
yeah, yeah,
whatever you
yeah.
want from all the things, and then
Nice.
yeah, it was delicious.
Wow.
And we went to the little coffee stand and ordered coffees, and on there's like a little counter where they
Mhm.
put the coffee when it's ready, and on it was this sheet. I'll read it to you, but it says, "Do not lean, no te apoyas," which I assume is
Spanish.
Spanish. "I am on wheels and unstable. Thank you."
Same. I
So I
don't
had
know
to
why
take a
they
picture of that because I thought it was funny.
don't know why they put Spanish in there. This is
I'm unstable.
America. In America, we speak American.
American.
Do you know that America doesn't have a standard English, a recognized standard language, like a
Right.
recognized language of the country?
Hmm.
Because we're a mixing bowl of cultures.
That's right. Amy here again. I Googled this, and well, I'm sorry to say that the U.S. does now have an official language. It was designated as English by an executive order signed by guess who in March of 2025. So do with that what you will.
Anyways, not here nor
Anyway.
there. Anything else we want to talk about this episode?
I want to mention, I thought it was interesting when Amy is talking about the guy who gets physical with the living, and she said he got me from behind, he
Oh
grabbed my
my
neck and was
God.
squeezing super hard. I think the living would experience neck pain from him. And then Tammy goes, "Do you think that has to do with the neck pain I always have?"
Nope.
That's what she just said.
No. Mm-mm.
But I don't know. You
Everybody
figure it
but
out.
you. Everybody but you.
Yeah.
It's like that. Has anybody died in this town? Nope.
Oh, Steve, we're
They're
never gonna
all
let you
alive.
get. We're never gonna let you off the hook for
No.
that one.
Just read it in his book.
Right. Oh, and we should talk about how Mandy, the younger sister,
Uh-huh.
that her daughter said that her mom was short with her and cross with her and all this. And uh, I mean, her mother, I
hmm
believe, was, of a certain age at
hmm
this time.
I
And
would say mid 50s.
yeah,
And what typically happens in your
Mhm.
mid 50s?
Yeah,
Menopause.
we all stop playing nice
hmm
and placating other people because we're like, fuck that shit. I don't have to do that anymore.
hmm
And yeah, we all get a little uppity.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
And
I'm
like,
not saying it's not paranormal. I'm
right,
just
right,
saying
right.
it doesn't have to be.
Yeah. And the bruises, they said that they wake up with a lot of bruises. To me,
Mhm.
that didn't scream. I have bruises. I went pee today and found a bruise on my leg. I was like, I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, I bonk into things all the
I
time.
bruise
Dogs
like a
walk on me.
peach. I
Yeah,
bruise like a peach.
I do too. I do
So,
too.
and like, we don't know. And I'm not, are the girls there all the time? Are they constantly hounding her to get out?
Hmm.
Are they potentially a cause of, and again, I'm not saying they are. I'm not, and if they are, I'm sure it's concern for her. Because both Brittany and Mandy, when they interviewed them, were very concerned about her safety.
Hmm.
So it came from a place of love. But when
Sure.
you're 55 and you're already menopausal, you're already hormonal, and you got people bragging on you to do something you don't want to do, yeah, you're going to get a little short with them.
Yeah. Yep.
Again, not saying it wasn't paranormal, not saying that
Right.
even happened. Mandy and Brittany were wonderful people.
Yeah.
You could tell they
Yeah.
cared very deeply for their mom, and they were afraid for her.
Hmm.
Obviously, they brought Steve and Amy in because, and then I think it was Tammy who said, well, that's why we called you the best of the best. And I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, Tammy,
Nice buttering up Steve
I
there.
was like, well, flattery will get you everywhere with Steve.
yeah.
But
Yeah, probably.
so I'm glad to hear, like we said, the activity has stopped.
Yep.
I'm glad they were able to do it and stay in that house because Tammy wanted to, and I don't blame her.
Yeah.
She raised her kids there. She has
Yeah.
memories there.
It was a pretty house.
It was. It was beautiful. There was a lot of wood. There was a lot of, it was a beautiful house.
Hmm. Hmm. I know we touched a little bit on the sketches. I just want to, make sure that we
Mhm.
discuss them. And I'll show them in the video. But the one with the person in bed and the two ladies, which is actually, I believe Amy said it's the
It's one.
same spirit, but she can show herself in these two
Mhm.
different ways. And this would be the one that
Hates kids.
bruised.
That's
Yeah.
upstairs. That's very angry.
Yeah.
Who I think is Letitia.
Yeah.
Who my Amy waffles back and forth on Letitia and Maggie.
Letitia or Maggie. I'm not really sure. Let's put that on the list of things to ask Amy Allen. Like she's
Okay.
gonna remember.
Like, we're going to
re-
remember. If Amy Allen came on this podcast, it would just be us staring at her uncomfortably with nothing to say because we're
yeah.
just like, Amy.
Can't believe we're talking to Amy Allen.
She'd be like, "Are you gonna say anything?
Are you gonna
Or-"
ask me a question or
And
something?
I'm gonna be like, "No." I just say heart attack.
Oh, we'll
Heart attack.
make some funny faces. Oh God, Amy had some great faces.
Oh my God.
Oh, she had some great faces
When
in this one.
in the reveal when they Tammy was like, "Well, I thought it was demons and this is better." And Amy's like,
Really?
she's like, "It's really bad."
Yeah.
Bless Tammy for trying to put a positive spin on it, but Amy was like, "Girl, it's still fucking bad." Like,
Yeah.
not good. She's still out.
I was laughing my ass off.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
She is the queen of facial expressions.
She is.
Also, fun fact, season 10 is not on Discovery at all.
Really?
Discovery Plus. Yeah.
Really? That's weird.
Mm-hmm. Goes from 9 to 11.
Weird.
And I was like,
Wonder
oh
why.
my God. I don't know. But luckily we have HBO, so it was on there.
Yeah.
But I was just like, oh my, where is it?
That is
He's not
super
there.
strange. I really did like the sketch artist. I thought the pictures were really cool. The one with the house with all the vines coming up. I thought
That was great.
creepy. Really cool.
It was so creepy. Like he did a very good job of drawing the vines to look
Yeah.
like they were encompassing the house.
Yeah.
It was a lot of detail.
It was. And I think that we have seen that sketch artist before. He looked really familiar to me.
He did look familiar.
And his art was really familiar. So I think we just saw him like maybe 2 or 3 episodes ago. So, and they do go to Ohio a lot because we, like I mentioned last week, we have,
I think it's the next 3 episodes are in Ohio. This one
Yeah.
and 2 or more.
yeah, this one and 2 more. We've picked the next one,
Mhm.
and then we're going to do one more in Ohio after that. So I got a list of all of the ones we have not done yet that are in Ohio, and there was 8 of them.
Wow.
So, and we've already done some that were. So there
I
are a
mean,
lot in Ohio.
In the
So
words of Bowling for Soup, the band, there's nothing wrong with Ohio. They have
No,
a
I'm
sure
sure
about
there's
it. It's really good. I
Okay.
love both. I think they're a fun band. Anyway,
I
not here nor
I
there.
remember hearing about that band. I don't know that I know any of
I
their
believe
stuff,
they
so.
are the ones who sang Stacy's Mom,
Oh, okay. Okay.
but they have a lot of other good songs.
Hi, everyone. Just a little correction here. Stacy's Mom is not a Bowling for Soup song. It is by Fountains of Wayne. She's got it going on.
She does have it going on.
Let me just look at my research and rabbit holes and see what else I got. Hudson Tuttle, the spiritualist.
Oh, yeah, we didn't talk about him.
No, he was really interesting to me. But then when I looked him up, there really wasn't that much about him. I mean,
He
got
didn't-
his Wikipedia page. I got a picture of him.
I don't feel like they didn't need to bring him into this episode.
It
I don't
seemed
think he
weird.
tied to anything.
No, I don't think so.
Basically, he was this guy who created his own version of a Ouija board.
Yeah.
But
And he was friends with the Elson family, where the 2 girls both died at age 33.
That's
And
loose.
he presided over one of their
the
funerals.
funeral, yeah,
Yeah.
that was loose. That I don't know.
Yeah,
I
but he
could've-
wasn't one of the ghosts, as far
No.
as we know. Yeah. And
That
then
would
I
be
already-
like saying, like, oh, and then Joseph Elson had a brother named Dave, and he presided over the funeral.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't add anything.
I think they just brought it in because he had a cult,
the Ouija board, yeah.
occult
Mhm.
aspect of his life.
But
Yeah. So that was about it. Just that I found the house. I found the client too.
mhm.
I did find a bunch of stuff on Hudson Tuttle, but really nothing that they
Mhm.
didn't already say. It's interesting. He had some kind of fight with some other spiritualist person in the neighborhood, and they were like exchanging nasty letters to each other and shit.
Which is the
which
old time
is kind
version
of
of
funny.
texting and angry
Yeah,
text.
But it was like in public because they put it in the newspaper
Oh,
so that they
snap.
could read each
Mhm.
other. Yeah. So they're having like
That's how to do it.
it's like a Twitter fight.
Get the tea right
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
I love that.
So that was kind of funny.
Can you imagine picking up the morning paper and flipping to the page to see what he wrote?
Yeah. What does this guy have to say to me today?
What is it? What does Tuttle have to say today?
That's right. And he went after some guy, and the wife of the guy replied back to Tuttle and said something like, it in a very old-timey language, something like, I think it's a good idea for people to mind their own business, and I suggest that's what you do. Something like that. It was pretty funny. But anyway, yeah, it's interesting. He made his own like Ouija board.
Hmm.
You know, as we've heard, the Ouija board itself is not a bad thing.
No.
It's communicating with things when you don't know what you're doing is the
And
problem.
using it's just like any other tool. If you use
Yeah,
a hammer and you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna hammer yourself and or a saw and you're gonna cut off your toes.
there you go. Set it down and it'll jump up
And
and cut your toes off.
it'll levitate and then cut
Mhm.
your toes off. And
That's
Steve will
right.
be like, "Did you drop the saw?
Did you put it on your foot on
Did you
purpose?
cut your own toes off? Are you crying out for attention? Is this a cry for help?"
Oh, Steve, we love you.
Louie,
Mm, kinda.
Louie, love you. We love old Steve.
Yeah, I did love Steve in the beginning.
Hanky Steve.
He did give this woman
He did.
a
Yeah.
tissue. I couldn't tell if it was a hanky or just a regular Kleenex, but it was Brittany when she was crying in the
Mhm.
beginning and she was worried about her mom and explaining that he gave her a hanky and then he said, "It's okay." And I'm like, I don't know why that rubs me the wrong way when someone says, "It's okay." No, it's not. Clearly, it's not.
I
I'm
think
crying
they're
and
they
you are dismissing me by saying it's okay. How
I
about
don't
it'll
think he
be
was
okay?
dismissing it. I think he just it's like you when you don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Like I can see where you would get that and but I don't get that it came that way, but
Yeah. I don't know. It just kind of, I went, ooh,
yeah.
that's not
Yeah.
really what you said. Yeah, I'm
Hmm.
sorry you
Hmm.
feel this way.
Hmm. I'm sorry you're
Is there
upset.
anything I can do?
We're gonna try to help.
But it's okay makes it sound like you shouldn't be crying.
Like
But
just you're
I think a lot of times people do that because they feel a certain way, you know, not embarrassed, but helpless or
sure.
unsure
Yeah.
of what to do when someone's
Yeah.
crying around them. I mean that you don't always know what to do.
Yeah.
So I think that's where that comes from, but
Yep.
kind of bugged me. All right. Anything else?
Not that I had.
Okay. Well, thank you, Carrie. It
Yeah,
was
thank you.
interesting, the whole
Yeah,
thing with the vines and all that. I
that
thought
was
that was
good.
pretty cool.
Yeah, thank you,
And
Carrie, for
yeah,
suggesting this.
yeah,
Really, really, really appreciate you.
yeah, of course. And if anybody
Made
else has one they want us to cover, please let us know.
made
And
it easy for me. I didn't have to pick anything.
that's right.
I was like, Carrie did it.
Carrie did it. We still had to write the overview, but
Yes, I did it. I wrote the overview, not Morgan.
nope,
Me.
nope, all you. It was
Spent
all
hours
you.
on it.
Well, thanks everybody.
Thank you
Hope
for
you enjoyed
listening.
it. Yep. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Activity Continues podcast. We really appreciate you giving us your ears for a bit. Please feel free to drop us a note and say hi. And join us next time when the activity continues.
Nailed it.
The Activity Continues is produced by me, Amy, at Collected Sounds Media and is part of the independent Collected Sounds podcast network.
If you're a podcast host, listen up. This one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle. And I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.